Hey, everybody, we are only 3 days away from the NFL draft. And today we've got a very special guest in the booth with us. Of course, as always, sit on the scene. And Jeremy on assignment in Garner. Lovely Lindsay also out on assignment. But today I've got with me Precious Peyton Jedlicka going to be talking to me in the booth along with Shane Kyle Papanika. So here we go. Interesting day yesterday, Sid. Not quite getting the appointment goal we need, but setting a few more than we did on last Friday. I think we've got a little of the spring break hangover going on, and we got a few hankies on the field. What do you have to say, Sid?
Not as many hankies as yesterday, which looks promising, but there are actually two market centers that I'd like to shout out because it's essentially almost a perfect day. So Fort Mill had 30 dials, 20 answers, 10 set appointments, and one appointment held. And Kernersville had 32 dials, 12 answers, one set appointments, and four held appointments. Those are incredible numbers.
Those are fantastic. I got to tell you, the Kernersville Day, unbelievable. Now, as we always know, it's like the roller coaster ride of real estate when you're not setting as many appointments as you're holding in a given day. But that four set comes from the work from before. And as you said, with Fort Mill, 30, 20, 10 set. Man, I can't wait to see their appointments held coming up in the next few days. I wanted to ask just Precious Peyton here. Let me ask you a question. So if I told you all you had to do was get on mom or dad's cell phone and talk to people, being the precious one you are, and just telling them if you had to do that and you could win $10,000, what would you do?
Um, I would spend it all and I would say, of course.
Of course, you
Of
would
course.
spend it all and say, "Of course."
Of
Yes,
course,
you've
Peyton.
learned very well from your GV that you spend it all. Of course, of course. That is so smart. I hope everybody heard that. Of course. Well, thank you for being with me today.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. All right. Now, let's take a look at the leaderboard real quick before we jump away from today. The Keller Crushers still hanging on to that lead, but it keeps shrinking. And I got to tell you, this is a three-horse race this month. I think the Hungry Buffaloes, although Vince talked a lot of trash early in the month, I think he may have just hung it up. Not sure. Show Me the Money and Dynamite Dash Masters. Really, they got some dissension going on those teams. Looking forward to the captains stepping in really making a difference as we head into the last half. Now, Sid, you and I were talking a little bit earlier, and the commissioner's office is most certainly, I believe, going to make a change in the second half. And in the second half, not this quarter, I believe we are going to add some incredible bonus points for not just hitting your gross goals, but hitting your appointment held goals. And of course, as always, this is an honor system that we run. But remember, the goal of the contest is to set more appointments, hold them, and we know that there's always that 4-to-1 ratio. Any last thoughts, Sid?
No, just Peyton, you're doing the best job ever. You're awesome.
That's right. You are the best host that we've had in a long time. I think you're better than anybody we could possibly bring on. We were even thinking
Absolutely.
we might even bring Jason Abrams, but I think you blow him away. All right,
Absolutely.
gang. Go have a great day. Let's get those fingers limbered up. Let's dial for dollars. And as Peyton said, of course I would do that. Have a great day, gang. Bye.